Yeah.
All right, let me hear from, yes, ma'am. I'll take the three. The lady here, and then the gentleman there, and the one at the back. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Trevor. I'm Millicent Kagonga. I'm a cervical cancer survivor, and I'm also the face of cervical cancer prevention, my daughter being the first one to be vaccinated. My journey started at the age of 20 when I started having the abnormal discharge, and I went to the first facility, but I was told I'm too young to have cervical cancer. But first I kept quiet because I didn't have the information about cervical.
You're too young to have cancer.
Yes, the first facility.
Okay.
And I can't mention it. And I went to another facility and I insisted to be done for the screening, cervical cancer screening. And it came out positive. That was 5 years later. And after the diagnosis, I was told to go and do some more tests, and I didn't have money. Like Sally said, that is like satanic figures. As like you said, 47,000, we are losing 47,000 people to cancer. And let me tell you the truth, we are not losing 47,000, we are losing more. Because how many can afford 45 to 50,000 Kenyan shillings to go and do the biopsy? Because the biopsy test is the ones that confirms that this person has cancer. But we are losing more people because they don't have the 45 to 50,000 cash money, because NHIF doesn't pay for that. So we are losing more.
Okay.
And then we need to work on that gap. If maybe, like Dr. Melly said, I'm just assuming that the UHC is going to be paying for the diagnosis, which is very, very, very important. And I want to thank Dr. Abdi for talking about the research. And I want to mention that we need to do more research in the place called Dandora, because that side we found out, like, even 3 members of the family, we are losing 3 members from one family because of cancer, and nobody is talking about that, and nothing has been ever said. So in Millicent research, I'm trying to convince myself maybe it's because of the dam site, but I don't know.
Okay.
And then another reaction I want to react about Dr. Melly saying about quality care. I need to breathe in, because the other thing that I'm doing, when I was getting, I got my treatment at KNH, and when I was getting my treatment there, I used to sleep at the corridors. When Citizen TV aired the story in 2017 about ladies sleeping at the corridors, I was among them. And I can tell you the truth, I am the only one, or maybe 2 of us, survived from those corridors. And most of them didn't die because of cancer. They lose their battle because of pneumonia. They lose their battles because of the stigma. They lose their battles because at night we were forced to get out of that place because we are not supposed to be there. I believe we have good doctors here in Kenya, and the doctors are doing a good job. I really appreciate, because if it is not about the doctors here in Kenya, I don't know if I could be alive and I could be a voice that I'm having like right now. Okay. But the challenge, we are not on the table. We want the survivors to start from the policy makers to the doctors. We want the survivors to be there when the information you are being to be told, like you have cancer. Okay. And about the quality care again, can I shock you, Trevor? Can I tell you, last week, a patient alikwama kwa machine ya radiotherapy at the facility. How many machines do we have at Kenyatta Hospital? How many? We have machines, but they're not working. Like right now, the counties wamepewa machines. So that queue yenye iko pale, it's not supposed to be there. How can you tell a patient to toke Kenyatta aende to a private facility ambayo NHIF itatoa pesa mingi kwa kadi ndi apate dawa? Have you seen a prostate cancer patient akiwa amekosa dawa yenye anameza kila siku? I run an organization with more than 300 patients, cancer survivors. I've seen a man breaking down for the lack of drug yenye anafaa kumeza on a daily basis. But the last minute anaambiwa go to that facility, a private facility, upewe dawa. Have you seen that, such cases? I've seen it. I do accommodation at Kariobangi, free accommodation, because of what I went through. And there comes my question. I understand there was a time to Liskia, we are having a hostel at Kenyatta. How far is that?
Okay.
How far is that hostel?
All right.
The final one.
Yeah.
To Dr. I think Dr. Okumu. You have talked about other cancers. What are you doing about vulvar and penile cancer in Homa Bay County? Among the patients when you accommodate, they are coming from that area, and vulvar and penile cancer has a lot of stigma.
Okay.
A lot of stigma. What are we doing about that?
Okay.
That's why it is very, very important for us to be on the table.
Okay. Thank you, Millicent. And you've heard the questions, so I'll come to that in just a bit. Yes, sir. Start with your